In this tutorial, I'll guide you through the essential steps to get started with MetaHumans in Unreal Engine 5.6. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be ready to bring your MetaHumans to life in Unreal Engine and take your projects to the next level. In the Epic Games Launcher, open the installation options for version 5.6 and make sure you have MetaHuman Creator core data enabled. Create a third-person project. Navigate to Edit and Plugins. Search for MetaHuman Creator and enable it. Restart Unreal for the changes to take effect. Right-click in the content browser and go to the MetaHuman menu. From here, choose MetaHuman Character and rename the character to something like MC_character. Open the character you just created. If you see any alerts for any missing plugins, make sure to enable those plugins before proceeding. In the center of the window is the viewport where you can view your character. The right mouse button or scroll wheel can be used to zoom. The left mouse button is used to rotate around the character. And using the middle mouse button allows you to pan around the character. On the left, you'll see your customization options. Open the presets at the top of the list and choose a preset for your base MetaHuman. Next on the list is the body. Here you can blend different body types together. You can also use Conform to import your own external file for the MetaHuman character. The model option allows you to change the proportions of the character. Now you can move on to changing the head. Here you can blend different head types together. You can use Conform to import your own external file and use it for the MetaHuman character. The Transform option allows you to make broad adjustments to the facial features. Sculpt permits you to make fine adjustments to the facial features. The Teeth and Eyelashes options allow you to make granular changes to your character's teeth and eyelashes. You can use the Materials controls to customize the skin, eyes, makeup, teeth, and eyelashes of your character. To further change the style of your character, you also have the option of changing the hair, eyebrows, and clothing of your character. There are many options that you can import from Fab and use on the MetaHuman character. The assembly option is how you can export the character. This is where the process of building the character to use in your project is. You have 4 different options, but the 2 most people will use is the UEFN export for the UEFN engine and the UE optimize for the UE game engine. You can choose the quality, save location, and name of the character. You will need to rig the character by selecting the Create Full Rig button. You'll then be taken to a separate site where you'll need to log in using your Unreal account. Once the character is rigged, click on the Download Texture Source and choose the resolution you want to use. When the textures are downloaded, you're now able to export the character. There's a slight glitch, so switch to one of the other panel options and then back to Assembly. Now you see the Assemble button, which allows you to download the MetaHuman. In the MetaHumans folder, open the character blueprint and open the viewport. If you notice the eyes missing when you zoom in, select the LOD sync. Change the number of LODs to 2 and the forced LOD to 1. Compile and save the blueprint. Leave this blueprint open if you want to swap the mannequin for your character. You do have the ability to exchange the default mannequin for your new character. In the third-person folder, open the third-person character blueprint. In the Components panel of the MetaHuman Character Blueprint, shift-select everything from Body to MetaHuman and use Ctrl-C to copy the components. Open the third-person blueprint and select the mesh, the character mesh, and use Ctrl-V to paste the copied components onto the mesh. Select the body and drag it onto the mesh to parent it to the mesh. In the Details panel, reset the location and rotation to 0. In the Viewport tab, you'll now see your character. However, the mannequin is still present. To hide the mannequin, select the Mesh component and in the Details panel, search for Visible. Then disable the Visible option. Search for Visibility and set the visibility-based anim to always tick and refresh pose. And compile and save. To animate your character, open the construction script. Drag in the Mesh component. Drag off from the Mesh pin and search for Set Leader Pose component. Connect the construction script to the top pin and connect the mesh to the new leader bone component. And you'll need to hold down the Alt key and disconnect the target. This will replace the mannequin with your character. Drag in the body, face, and skeletal mesh components and connect them to the target of the Set Leader Pose component. This tells Unreal that you want to use the character, not the mannequin, as your target. Compile and save the blueprint. When you go back to the level, you'll now see your character being properly animated. To export the character to be used in external software, open the MetaHumans folder. In your character folder, open the body folder. Right-click on the skeletal mesh and under the Asset Actions menu, choose Export. Open the Materials folder and export the materials using the same actions. You'll need to do this for each component of your character. You've now learned how to create, customize, and animate your MetaHumans in Unreal Engine 5.6. With the powerful MetaHuman Creator plugin, you can bring incredibly lifelike characters into your projects with ease, whether you're creating games, films, or interactive experiences. Thanks for following along with this tutorial. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.